Welcome back to Weekend Sunrise. We'll ask any woman about the labour process and they will tell you that it's anything but a walk in the park. And for dads-to-be, not knowing how to help their partner or, even worse, how not to irritate them is difficult as well.
We're not saying it's as difficult as giving birth.
Thank you.
But you know, just a little bit of credence to the difficulties that we face.
Not
you
that
know,
difficult.
Once in a while. One program offers to educate men about their role in the delivery room, and the program itself is delivered over a beer.
It wasn't all that long ago that dads weren't allowed to see their babies being born. Hospital midwives would usher them into a waiting area.
It was just the rule that women went in and had their babies and that the men waited. And quite happily, probably. Or went to the pub or something.
How times have changed. Men are now considered an essential part of the birthing process. They offer their partner crucial support during labour.
I think it's wonderful. And most young men that I speak to, as you know, I'm 42 years in the profession, they are thrilled about the fact that they were there.
And to ensure dads-to-be are ready for what's ahead, one organisation has tailor-made birthing classes for them. The kicker is they're at the pub. Beers and Bubs Virginia Maddock is a doula who hosts the evenings.
It's really important because a lot of guys go into the whole childbirth process just not knowing what to do and what happens. And a lot of hospital antenatal classes don't specifically cover support measures of what they can do to help them through the pain.
For anyone who's watched their partner go through labour, it can be confronting.
Well, men are really people that like to fix things, but in childbirth, often there's nothing they can do but be really supportive. If they do all the right things on the day, that can actually make her labour a lot more comfortable and for it to go for a less amount of time.
Virginia is running a class tonight at the Harlequin Inn in Sydney, and the dads-to-be seem a conscientious bunch, there to learn all the important stuff.
How to not to piss her off. Sorry. How to not to antagonise her.
Just a little bit of empathy for my wife. You know, if I can show her that I understand a little bit more about what she's going through, that'll make her happy.
As to be expected, most are a little nervous about their partner's impending labour.
Oh, I think it's just the fear of the unknown, even though you're here learning about all the detail and the process of what goes on until it all happens. Never done it before.
Daunted in the sense like my whole life's going to change and no two babies come the same. Excited as well, relaxed. You always think you're going to be relaxed, but there's always been that moment going, what's going on?
Just the delivery in general, just seeing the blood, baby coming out. Obviously I won't be at the catcher's end or be out the bowler's end. Just to make sure it goes well, goes smooth. And we're not in there for 24 hours, so good, 2-3 hours would be great.
Yeah, good luck with that. While there are all the squeamish details to learn about labour and birth, and the dads-to-be do that throughout the evening, the emphasis always comes back to partner support. A good place to start, according to Virginia, is shielding your spouse from those horror birth stories that others are so keen to share.
The more women are told those negative birth stories over and over, it plants a seed in their head. And the worst thing that can happen during labour is for a woman to feel fear, because that really affects her hormones. It can actually slow down the labour and make it, longer and more painful.
The guys also learn the basic stuff.
So one of the words you probably don't want to say to her during labour is relax. The only thing she's feeling is all these muscles tightening, and if you say relax to her, she's probably going to want to give you a backhand. So.
Yeah, I wish I'd been told that. The class is taking it all in, but one thing in particular gets their attention.
Sex is a really good one to get labour going. It might be a good excuse for you guys if she's been a little bit resistant up to then.
By night's end, it's clear these dads are feeling much more confident about their role in the birth of their first child. While there were confronting moments, it's a learning curve that's been welcomed.
I personally feel a bit more relaxed that there's like-minded guys here getting together all in the same boat and I'm not alone. I know a lot more than I did before, so yeah, a lot more equipped.
For me, the bit that it's okay that I can't always be able to help my wife. And the thing is because there's always that piece being able to sit there and hearing your wife in pain and knowing they're in pain, and you can't do anything about that.
I think not making her laugh is probably the hardest one for me, even to keeping a serious face during the whole labour situation. So yeah, so that's probably the key thing for me. Just taking those small bits of stuff and stepping back and just helping her through the journey, which tonight the Beers and Bubs really helped with that.
Oh, what night nice dads.
Lovely dads.
Such a good idea.
It's so easy to be a nice dad, isn't it, before you actually are a dad?
It all changes.
No, good on you, fellas.
Yeah, that was a great story.
Can't
Kate
hurt.